I'm not sure this is fair. We have little small pictures of us and we have this great big picture of Donna.
That's
The
how
tyranny-
it should be.
The tyranny of the board.
I turn my camera off when you guys get started, so.
Okay.
But I'm watching.
Good.
Thank you.
Live streaming.
Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Planning Board of the Village of Dobbs Ferry on Thursday evening, May 5, 2022 at 7:30 at Village Board Room in Dobbs Ferry Village Hall. We have 3 items on our agenda tonight. I first would like to move that we open the meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Says it's in practice.
The first item,
That's recording. It still says that you were in a practice session. You gotta hit record. For Zoom.
Webinar is now live.
Okay.
You may want to start them.
Be ready?
Now we're
That's
good.
Okay, good.
That was just practice.
Thank you.
Good. We have 3 items on our agenda tonight. Number 1 is, I'm sorry?
You have to start over.
Open the
because
meeting.
I've started over. Okay. Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Planning Board of the Village of Dobbs Ferry on Thursday evening, May 5, 2022. We have 3 items on our agenda tonight. I move that we open the meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. First item on our agenda is 39 Riverside Place, public hearing for proposed renovation of a single-family home, including site improvements, drainage, and retaining walls. I move that we open the public hearing. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
I share the screen here. I'm trying to make it so that I could share my that's what's behind here.
That's a little different view. Thank you. What, are you trying to get in the picture? Is that the idea?
Yeah, exactly. I have to like raise, do I have to like raise a hand or you have to put me in the? I'm just trying to share the screen that's on the,
Okay.
Put your thumb drive in. Open files on it.
yeah, the file's right there. That's fine. Yep, that's it.
We'll make this presenter.
Right, there's not a share screen button on the bottom.
No, it's not. Do I have to?
We were so
And I think
close.
you have to make the boardroom presenter.
Motion to deny.
Ah,
Yep,
come
time's
on.
up. See you next month. There.
All right, I got it. I'm
There you go.
double duty.
Quick, that worked.
Hello, my name is Greg Sharp. I'll be representing myself in the application to obtain site plan approval for my renovation that I plan to do at 39 Riverside. During the last time that we've met, we did go to the ARB and obtained approval from the ARB. In addition, since the last time we met, we have added civil engineering drawings from Michael Stein's firm from Hudson Engineering that have been submitted to the town. And represent what we plan on doing, and they are in keeping with what was basically originally presented for the project at the previous meeting, obviously with more detail and numbers to match. But besides that, the house I think has been reviewed by all the parties in town as well as the neighbors. And I think that we're ready to proceed to the next phase. So if there are any questions associated with the presentation or any move to the public hearing?
I don't think anybody have any questions or comments on the board?
Are there any open issues with engineering or planning?
We did review it. We had a few minor comments. We were generally okay with the stormwater plan. We just noted there were no retaining wall details. It's by others. So that would have to be submitted with building permit. I'm not sure if the board wants to see anything on the retaining wall. And I would just note that the details on the architectural plan should just be updated to reflect what the stormwater plan now shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I received Hudson Engineering's drawings after that, so I will make sure that those are coordinated backwards. I thought that there was some retaining wall plan, but I will add them for sure. I'll make sure that they are added as part of the presentation.
How tall are the retaining walls?
It varies. It's sort of on the site, it's like an angled. It's angled, I think at the maximum, it's about 6 feet. And at the minimum, it's probably about 3 feet.
No one actually sees the walls, right?
No,
Because they're.
no, that's right.
That corner.
That's right.
That's all.
Yep. And the adjacent property, which is right over here, has a similar retaining wall associated with it. So retaining walls are obviously becoming a necessity in these types of conditions. So that's our plan, is basically to put a nice retaining wall in and make sure that it looks good. And it does what we want it to do, which is to sort of make our backyard nice and level. And that's it. So.
Is there any coordination required with Metro North or anything?
No, this was an existing, this was an existing house. So it's an existing site. We're literally building the house right on top of the existing site. So there does not appear to be any requirement to coordinate with Metro North.
I was looking at the tax parcels. I think the adjacent parcel is not Metro North. I think it's
No, it's not. It's 145 Palisades. Yeah.
so it's actually, they're not actually
Yeah.
on the, budding Metro North.
Okay, thank you.
Just don't let him build a building between my thing and the river. That's all. No buildings for him.
Is the public hearing? Is there anyone who wishes to speak on this application?
Margaret, does anybody have their hand raised?
No.
Okay. Any other questions or comments from the board or any of our? Okay, then I would move that we close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We do have a resolution for you. Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
I know. What a surprise. Which I will read parts of. Village of Dobbs Ferry Planning Board Resolution granting site plan approval of property at 39 Riverside Place. Background, whereas Greg Sharp, owner, is seeking site plan approval to replace an existing single-family house with a new single-family house. Is that quite accurate? Replace, or is it?
Well, it's Basically, I guess it's considered a wipe and rebuild because we're using the foundation, but it's,
All right, close enough.
we're using part of it.
Close
Yeah.
enough. The property is located at 39 Riverside Place and is located in MDR1 mixed density residential, whereas the project will result in construction or expansion of a single-family residence on an approved lot and is classified under State Environmental Quality Review Act. Whereas this application received an area variance of 1 foot and 9 inches from the minimum required combined side yard setback and 1 foot and 9 inches from one side setback on table B1's chapter 300 zoning and land use from the zoning board of approves on appeals on its February 9, 2022 meeting. Whereas the planning board conducted a duly noticed public hearing on May 5 and concluded on May 5, during which all those wishing to be heard were given the opportunity to be heard. Whereas the board has carefully examined and considered materials submitted by the applicant in support of the application and lists the things that we've seen and lists what we've done. If I can go to all the way to the back. If it's okay with the attorney, I would make a motion.
We want to have as a condition of approval, the applicant needs to submit the retaining wall details.
Sure. If,
And address any other open engineering.
Yeah,
issues.
that's already in
Yeah,
there.
well,
and then
that-
this
yeah,
way
I
it
think
will
that's-
highlight
I
specifically
think
the
that's-
retaining wall.
that's implicit in this. Okay. Can you adapt the resolution to that when we get there?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So then I move approval. Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Right, right. Go home.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with your project.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Very exciting. Have a good night.
That's good. Item number 2 on our agenda, 21 Bel Air Drive, public hearing for proposed additions to an existing home and repair of retaining wall.
Is anybody raising their hand for that application? I think they should.
Yes.
Okay,
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, how are you? I'm Jay Robert, and I'm with Catherine Hill. We're the owners of the property.
good evening.
Good evening. We apologize, we're not there in person. We have COVID in our house, so you guys don't want to be around us.
All 4 of us. Yeah.
Already heard that.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else? It's a public hearing.
Well, no, I thought the applicant is, the applicant might want to say something.
So sure. We thank the board members who came and saw our backyard and our site a couple of weekends ago, and we believe it's a straightforward project to enclose our porch and then build a deck in the backyard and then fix the retaining wall that has deteriorated significantly. And so we're certainly open to any questions, but we believe you have all the materials.
Anybody have any comments or questions on this?
those of you that did the site visit, did you see anything of concern during that?
I didn't.
No, I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't
felt it was,
I wouldn't say it was, no. Not I.
Thank you.
Rob, you were there.
No, not really.
Not really.
I think they did a nice job working with what they had and how they want to extend it. And I think the one issue that we observed with the neighbor, I think that could be resolved with the neighbor. I don't feel that it's that much of an impact on the neighbor. And I believe that it's a
Right.
totally feasible
Yeah,
project.
yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. We, just for the record, the planning board held a site visit to this property last weekend, two weekends ago, which is always very helpful for us. I mean, we get things on paper, we get things online, but it's very helpful to go out and look at a property and understand what's being proposed. I think it makes a lot of sense. And we try to do that wherever it seems like it'd be especially helpful. And in this case, it is because it's a neighborhood where the houses are fairly close together, so that anything that happens in one house is more visible and perhaps affecting the neighborhoods, the neighbors next door. So it was very helpful for us to do that. That said, I understand what's being asked. I think it fits within the house, its house's structure and so on. So I have no questions respecting.
Are there open engineering or planning issues?
We did have a memo at the last meeting, and I didn't notice anything new submitted. We had a few comments. They were mostly clarifications on the plan, nothing really major. So it could be conditional for approval.
Okay, well, I assume that anything that needed to be corrected will be corrected before the village goes forward, depending on what action we take. But well, I will say again, it's the public hearing. If there's anyone that wishes to speak to this, so this would be the time.
You want to open it, I think. I don't think we
Didn't
opened it.
open it? All right. Move we open.
I didn't have it.
I don't know.
Second?
Second, okay. All in favor? I thought we did.
Aye.
I thought we did that. I'm sorry.
Is there anyone raising their hand?
Would you like to say something? If there,
Hold on, it does say somebody's trying to raise their hand. Can I let them in?
Sure.
Yeah.
good evening. Hello?
Mute Jay and turn on Lauren.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello. We're the neighbors. We appreciate all the efforts that have been made and the visit to our home. We would have preferred that the deck be further south, but we do appreciate the changes that have been made by our neighbors.
Next door, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit difficult to push what you're referring to is pushing it more south. I think for the way that the design of the house and the way that the deck coordinate with the line of the house, it would be a little difficult. Plus, I've noticed that there's some existing trees and shrubbery in that area where it could be compromised by moving the deck over. So in my opinion, I think it's proper that it is where it is on the plan now.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I think one reason why a site visit by the board is important. You can look at things on paper, but looking at them in real life makes a big difference. And the houses on that street are fairly close together. And so anything that one house does has some visual or actual impact on a neighbor. So we try to be very aware of that. But on the other hand, people have the right to make improvements to their home. So. Any comments? No. Please.
The applicant's hand is up again. Hold on a
Okay.
second. You're on, Jay.
Hello?
Okay, thanks. No, we appreciate our neighbor's comment and we, do appreciate the board coming to us and we do think the plan is modest and fits with, an appropriate use of our property. So we thank the board for its consideration.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. If there are no other comments, I would move that we close the public hearing. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We do have a resolution available tonight. Village of Dobbs Ferry Planning Board Resolution granting site plan approval property at 21 Bel Air Drive. Whereas Katie Hill and John J. Robert are owners seeking site plan approval for an addition over an existing garage and porch, a new retaining wall and a rear deck expansion. The property is located at 21 Bel Air Drive, section block, and gives its location. The project will result in construction or expansion of a single-family residence on an approved lot and is classified as a type 2 action. And the resolution goes on to say that the board conducted a public hearing, which was properly noticed. People were given an opportunity to comment. We looked at all the submitted material, and we also, as I said earlier, we made a visit to the property to fully understand what was being asked and how it would affect the house and the neighbors. And so I would like to go forward to the end, and if I can find the right page, I would like to move that we approve the application as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
you.
Have a good night. Feel better.
Yep. Good night. Item number 3 on our agenda, 2 Summit Terrace pre-submission conference for proposed extension of existing room and partial garage configuration. Please introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Mitch Koch. I am the architect for Jason and Lauren Baird. Jason is here, and so is Liz Vanderzand from my office. Very quickly, we are doing an interior remodel, and we're doing a very small expansion of the house. And essentially, let's see, it's not sharing. How do we? I beg pardon?
Thumb drive in?
Thumb drive is in. I can see it on the screen, but I don't see it up there. So, oh, better. Can someone help me get this to go up on the screen? I don't know how to. There's some magic that you did last time. I will keep this brief. Well, this will be brief because I don't have any images to show you, apparently. All right, so. It's 4 foot by 8 foot, depending on whether you include the overhang on the roof or the footprint of the actual usable space. So it doesn't make it less than the first roof. It's always about 9 inches. Yes. We're not.
The boardroom sound is off again.
He left his thumb drive.
Good night, all.
Yeah, you know what? He didn't know what he was doing. See, look, watch. I'm just about to share. Yeah, there you go. See? Well, and when we were doing it back there, oh, this is the shop. To show the audio by accident, that's why it was echoing, then it said more, and the more was over for us, right over, so we couldn't pick video instead of audio, and that's what we were doing. However, I pulled this out, thinking it was his thumb drive, and it was that wireless mouse. The point is, he share. You could share from here. Right, so it wasn't, but this wasn't here. The share was it further down? No, it was there.
He just had it covered with like, he opened up something on his computer, but he didn't.
Okay, so it wasn't us, because I'm looking and it wasn't, this wasn't here, and I was like, okay, all right, I feel a little better.